Tank Davis has a serious problem.
How many times are we going to hear the same story about this guy?
Let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face?
But don't you know...
Gervonta Davis, a multi-millionaire boxer with a lot of potential, at one point was on the run. Numerous times he has been involved in situations with women where they've accused him of being physical and hands-on. He likes to use his hands outside the ring is what they accuse him of. The only person to destroy Gervonta Davis's career is literally himself.
You mentioned at the next stage of life you wanted to seek therapy, become a better person. What does that actually mean? What do you want to get out of this therapy?
More so, healing myself and just whatever I been through, just let it all out and be like, okay, I'm done with this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Like that little boy chapter that you hold on to your past that you want to let go, but I can't really let go in front of people and things like that.
Right.
Due to his parents' struggle with addiction, Gervonta Davis and his siblings were frequently placed in foster homes. His early life was often chaotic and he struggled with an explosive anger problem that resulted in frequent fights in school and on the block. Recognizing the need for a positive outlet, his uncle intervened and brought the 5-year-old Davis to a boxing gym. And as we see with many troubled people, nothing can make up for a good childhood, and Gervonta Davis put everything into boxing. It was his escape and he became really good at it.
My mom and father was on drugs. My mom left me and my brother in the house by ourselves. Someone called the Child Protective Service, and they came and got us, and we was in foster care, group home, and things like that. And I was always fighting in there. My grandmother fought, they got us back. So we was the new kid on the block. Yeah. New kid in school. Yeah. And I was fighting a lot in school, fighting a lot on the block, and I was fighting. And one time I fought in front of my house, and my uncle ended up walking outside the door and seeing me fight. Yeah. So when he seen me fight, he was like, "We could do something." Yeah. So he took me to the gym. Yeah. The gym was probably a 10-minute walk from the house. Yeah. So when I went to the gym, I was getting the love that I wasn't getting at home. So it came more so like a father figure, type stuff, like the coaches in the gym. That's why I'm still with Calvin now, because he's more so like a father. So that's what mainly draw me into.
Even though Gervonta Davis now had boxing, and from a young age he was really good at it. When you start this young, you're going to master your craft. He still always struggled up until recent times with this deep-rooted anger problem from a really, really dark childhood.
Times that I break down and I'd be like, alright, cool, I gotta break my shit up. I'd be in the back of the car. It's that split 2 minutes or a minute I'm going through, I just gotta let it all out. And then I still gotta make sure everybody around me good, so I gotta pretend like ain't nothing going on, you know what I'm saying?
At the gym, Davis met Calvin Ford, who became a crucial father figure in his life. Ford's guidance not only helped Davis refine his boxing skills, but also instilled the discipline that kept him out of prison or worse. Davis' dedication to the sport was so intense that he would sleep outside the gym to ensure he could train. He later dropped out of high school to pursue boxing full time, and he said having no actual father in his life, a biological father, drove him even more.
And if my pops was around, I wouldn't even have to do this stuff like box or anything. You supposed to be helping me and shit like that. Even little situations now, I be thinking that's what make me think about my big brother that I lost type shit. The situation I'm going through now, I ain't had nobody to help me with my decisions. So that's what make me damn, I'm call on him so much type shit, but I can't, you feel me? But it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta be mentally strong and just be able to get that's how we was coming from where we come from. We had to be mentally strong, physically strong. It'd be we came from a good, not good household, but we would say we was loved. But it's just when we go outside that door, it's you gotta turn to what you facing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was type shit. It's always you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. It's never no being weak, especially where we come from.
And the greatest fighter in the world at the time, Floyd Mayweather, first discovered Gervonta Davis and being impressed with him after a highly competitive sparring session with Devin Haney. Following the sparring session, Mayweather had an assistant reach out to Davis, met him in New York, and signed him to Mayweather Promotions.
He talked about the Adrian Broner story. Actually, when came to the gym. And it was a day before Adrian Broner was fighting Sean Porter. Right after the weigh-in, we went over to the gym because he wanted to see Tank box Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney was in good shape. Tank wasn't in good shape, but they worked. And it was some crazy work. And just with him and Devin working, it was crazy, entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this.
This relationship was really good at first. Him having Floyd Mayweather in his corner was absolutely perfect. Both come from troubled childhood and dedicated themselves to the sport.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, you'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter. Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 and 9 and 0. I told him in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now. He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
And Gervonta Tank Davis became a world champion at 22 years old. He captured his first major title, the IBF Super Featherweight title, and went on to have massive fights like Ryan Garcia, where he secured massive paychecks. Along the way, there was a falling out with Floyd Mayweather, where he claimed that Floyd Mayweather on purpose was jealous of him and tried to sabotage his career.
Do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why? After so much time, after like, I guess, again, after what we think he helped you come into the game, he gave you the spotlight, like why would he try to diminish your career?
Cause at that time I don't wanna go too deep into it, cause I don't wanna bring up but it was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
Okay.
So that's what made it like.
And you think that was the downfall of y'all career? I mean, y'all.
No, it was a downfall.
Yeah,
it wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing, like.
He spoke about Gervonta Davis's anger problem, and it hadn't gone away despite him achieving all this success.
Do you know?
What?
Who said that? You said
My
what?
man over
You
there
said
said
what?
bet.
Yeah, that's why I've been waiting for the niggas to talk. How much you want back? How much you want to bet? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back? How much you want back? Just call it out. Huh? 100? That's a bet. What's your name? Al, where you from? All right, bet. It's a bet.
Alright, cuz.
It's a bet.
Yeah, cuz.
Tank feeling better now. Tank feeling better.
Yeah.
And it would be the stuff he was doing outside of the ring that would be his biggest downfall. We even see with Floyd Mayweather, the US boxer Mayweather Jr., jailed for domestic abuse. He said that he was jailed after pleading guilty to assaulting his ex-girlfriend. And Gervonta Davis' biggest downfall would also be women. His issues go back to 2017, so there was an arrest warrant out for first-degree aggravated assault, later reduced to a misdemeanor second-degree assault, after allegedly Gervonta Davis punched a childhood friend, Anthony Wheeler, in the head with a gloved fist at a Baltimore boxing center. And obviously Gervonta Davis is a trained boxer, so he actually punched his friend and managed to knock him out cold, even with having a gloved fist. Charges were dropped by the victim in November 2017. But it was the following year he was arrested in Washington for a fist fight with another man, and details on that were limited. It seems like he got 2 lifelines on different fighting situations. In that second fight, both men were arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, but obviously there's only a certain amount of times when you have a license as a professional boxer that you can engage in these street brawls. In 2019, there was an alleged altercation at the mall where Davis reportedly argued with a man at an ATM, then shoved a police officer and was charged with assault, and the case was dismissed until October 2019. Then things started to get a little bit more serious. In 2020, Gervonta Davis was charged after a video from a University of Miami charity basketball game showed him grabbing the mother of his children by the shirt, her neck and throat area and dragging her. He denied hitting her but admitted to being aggressive. The case later was discharged.
And I probably was wrong for doing that. I was wrong for doing that. But it wasn't so much of not me trying to hit her, or It's just me. You know how like somebody you angry at a kid? I'm a fighter. If I touch you in any kind of way, like far as fists, I'm gonna hurt you. So it wasn't that. It was just me removing her from that situation that she didn't supposed to be in.
Does Gervonta have an anger problem?
No, I have. I say a little. Just a little. Yes, I had to talk to somebody professional, but it wasn't because I have to. It's more so because of the situation that's like in the future. Know how to deal with stuff in the future.
Of course, I want to applaud Gervonta for seeing a professional and acknowledging that he needs help. But at the same time, you're 25 years old. Yeah.
In November 2020, Gervonta Davis crashed his Lamborghini and drove off. He had injured 4 people, including a pregnant woman, and he had left the scene of the incident. Many people said he must have been drunk or high to avoid getting more jail time. But this was a serious situation, a brutal crash that he had fled from. December 27, 2022, he was arrested in Florida for battery and domestic violence after allegedly slapping the mother of one of his children with a closed hand. 9/11 calls captured the woman saying he was going to kill her, and police noted a lip injury.
I'm trying to find out what happened.
Okay, wasn't you just talking to her? Can't she provide all them information to you?
Well, let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that?
Okay, but don't you know?
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
You just talking to her though. What the information that she gave you? Can't she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from here.
Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as fact?
All I'm just saying is I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking for her exact address. How did she get here?
She drove. With my car. Yes, my car.
To get here?
Yes, my car.
Okay.
Yes. You trying to make it?
How is she gonna leave? What do you mean? What do I mean?
I have somebody that I have a driver that would take her away.
Get him over here then. If you're gonna kick someone out of your house,
Sir, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
I don't have to do what? Did you put your hands on her?
No, I did not. Of course, she's gonna tell you if she. Okay, well, okay. Why did you ask me that? Why did you ask?
Because that's my job, my man. That's my job. What's your side of this?
She's trying to take my car. This is my truck. All my keys is placed on the counter. And she took my car key and she tried to leave with my car.
Where does she live? Where does she live?
I don't know her exact address, but
does she live in Canada? Does she live in the United States?
Come on, man.
No, but she's local. She's visiting.
She's local.
She live in Parkland?
No, she don't live in Parkland.
What city does she live in? Help me out.
I don't know. She can tell you better than that. You were just talking.
I know, but I'm asking you.
I cannot.
Where's she trying to go with it?
That's your baby?
Yes, that's my daughter.
Does the baby live with you or with her?
With her.
And you don't know where your baby lives?
You trying to make this?
He hit you like behind the ear, kind of, in the head?
Here, my head.
Is it swollen or anything?
No, it just hurts.
It just hurts?
Yes.
Okay, so he hit you like that. And then how about the lip? How did that happen?
Because how he hit me, probably with the hand.
She's alleging that you hit her.
Of course she's gonna say that because she wanted. Come on, bro.
I'm sorry?
You see what's going on. She just wanted to say
be honest with you, I don't know what's going on because she's saying you hit her. She does have a mark on her lip, and it's under.
I have a mark right here.
Did she hit you? You're being a little evasive with me.
How?
Because every time I ask you a question, you suck your teeth and you say, "Oh, come on, man, you know what's going on."
Turn around.
For battery.
Turn around.
Violence.
Put your hands behind your back.
Ain't no more talking.
No, there is more talking because otherwise
it's not.
So you would rather we take the child?
I can't go walk in. So I just said somebody in there. Y'all cannot walk into my house. No, y'all can. No, y'all cannot. No, y'all cannot.
I'm going to end up calling Child Protective Services. Child Protective Services will take custody of the kid.
He denied it. The woman later retracted it, saying it was an unnecessary call amid an argument, and charges got dropped in May 2023. February 16, 2023, he pleaded guilty to 4 traffic offences from 2020: a hit and run leaving the scene with a bodily injury, failing to notify property damage, and driving with a revoked license and running a red light. May 5th, 2023, he was sentenced to 90 days house arrest, 3 years probation, and 200 hours community service for the hit and run, and avoided jail initially. June 1st, 2023, taken into custody for violating house arrest terms, reportedly staying at luxury locations like Four Seasons Hotel instead of approved home detention. He served 44 days in jail before the release in mid-July 2023. And Gervonta Davis did actually speak about what it was like for him now being actually a known celebrity boxer and being in prison.
It was times that I was about to get into it with people in there,
right?
And he'll grab me like, nah.
So that's what I'm gonna ask you, cause you Tank Davis in there. You know how that go. Like some niggas might want to make a name, something. You know what I'm saying? What was the energy? Were they showing you love cause you Tank, or was it like hate? Like, oh, Tank in here, like.
It was more so showing me love, but you know you got other people too. Like, I'm from Baltimore and the DMV area, so in jail. DC and Baltimore guys don't like each other. You know what I mean? So it was a DC guy that I got into it with.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So one of the older guys named Dana, he basically told me chill out, like like just chill out. You about to go home, like there ain't nothing like you need to be like worked up for.
And he's still getting into situations. So between June and July 2025, he's arrested in Miami Beach on battery charges stemming from a Father's Day, June 15th incident outside an ex-girlfriend's residence. He allegedly struck her on the back of the head and slapped her during a dispute over the children. He was released on bond.
Hi, Mr. Davis. Good morning, sir. Mr. Davis, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim. Also, no contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes.
Attempted kidnapping, false imprisonment, and battery.
Where their alleged victim has lied to them in an effort to try and extort money out of somebody. This case is going absolutely nowhere. The police officer who investigated this was lied to blatantly.
Objection. A judge has already found probable cause. All I'm asking is, Your Honor, leave the bond and issue the stay away order.
I understand this is not my...
And this guy missed out on a massive opportunity. If you guys remember, he was meant to fight Jake Paul. He was going to get a ridiculous amount of money for that. And Jake Paul, even in the build-up when they had their press conference before he got arrested, was calling him a woman beater.
Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a fucking clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name
You want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the fucking clown, buddy. You're the fucking clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown. I got you a poodle.
Now, okay. Now, since we on this, if I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? If I put my hands on females or anything like that, you know how many female, like, come on. It will be mad. You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that, but P. Diddy. When things got like that, no, listen, when one female did a charge, it was mad females coming out, right? So if I hit a female, right, wouldn't it be mad other females? Like I ain't been just with one female. Like I'm 30 years old. Like let's be real. I've been with more than one female. Wouldn't mad females come out and say something about me hitting them? No.
So obviously the fight was cancelled because there was an alleged incident outside of Miami Gardens Gentlemen's Club with his ex-girlfriend. There was a video reportedly showing Davis grabbing her by her neck and hair, pushing her and forcing her to a backroom stairway. She filed a police report and a civil lawsuit seeking damages, alleged battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping and threat.
A domestic violence incident involving professional boxer Gervonta Davis, also known as Tank. Out of respect for the victim's rights and privacy, the victim's identity will not be released in accordance with Marcy's law. On October 29, 2025, at approximately 2:15 p.m., the victim entered the Miami Gardens Police Department accompanied by her attorney to report an incident that occurred on October 27, 2025. According to the victim's statement, at approximately 4:15 a.m. while working, the victim was approached by Mr. Davis. The victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other. He forcefully escorted her down a stairway and toward the parking garage while maintaining his grip on the back of her head. Upon reaching the parking garage, the victim reported that Mr. Davis released her, at which point she was able to run towards her co-workers for safety. The victim further reported that she has known Mr. Davis since 2022, and they were previously involved in an intimate relationship for approximately 5 months, which ended about a month prior to the incident. Lead detective Gary Florencio obtained and reviewed video surveillance footage that corroborates key elements of the victim's statement. As a result of the diligent and hard work of our special victims unit, An arrest warrant has been issued for Gervonta Bryant Davis on the following charges: battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. The investigation determined that Mr. Davis used force to restrain and attempt to remove the victim from the location against her will. At this time, the Miami Gardens Police Department is actively working with the United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate and apprehend.
Say you're sorry to Gervonta, bro.
Sorry, Gervonta, for being late. I know you have plenty of things to do, like punching your baby mama and stuff.
Whoa! Come on, Jay!
I'm sorry, bro.
Dude!
Yo, wait, I didn't say that out loud.
Davis apparently appeared to grab the woman by the neck and hair and push her through the hallway and down a set of stairs through the closed empty club before exiting an exterior door which led to a parking lot. As the woman walked near Davis, another unknown man, she quickly turned around and bolted back through the door they had just exited seconds earlier. That was the end of their encounter. Days after the incident, the woman fled to the police, telling the authorities she was grabbed by the neck and hair, and she also filed a lawsuit alleging physical assault. A warrant for felony attempted kidnapping and misdemeanor battery was eventually issued for Gervonta Davis's arrest in mid-January. He was taken into custody about 2 weeks later. Gervonta Davis is flipping it back on her, saying he's fighting back. He claims that he did not hurt his accuser. Instead, he is being shaken down by her, and she's trying to extort him, claiming the incident was all part of an elaborate fraud to separate him from his money. Tank filed a 20 million counterclaim this week, arguing the accuser cost him a massive payday when he lost his Jake Paul fight, which was cancelled after the allegations come to light. At one point, Gervonta Davis was actually considered on the run over the situation when they eventually found it. Jake Paul was already dissing him in the build up to their fight, saying he puts his hands on women who don't respect him, and obviously their own fight ended up getting cancelled because of the situation with a woman, so he continued to go online and troll Gervonta over it.
Such a piece of shit, bro. He pulled up to Tootsie's and beat up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, and punched her in the face. And it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
it's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this shit in public.
It's clear that this guy still has a anger problem that he cannot keep under control. If you guys remember his last active fight he had that ended up a draw, he was constantly saying in the build up he wants therapy and to sort his life out.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have two girls, two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
Other boxers like Conor Benn have called Gervonta Davis a scumbag and said he doesn't deserve any opportunities because he constantly puts his hands on women.
You lay a hand on a woman, you lay a finger on a woman, you deserve to be incarcerated, you deserve to never be able to fight again and banged up for life. He's an idiot, he's an idiot. Listen, I don't care who you are, how much world titles you got, you can shove your world titles up your ass, you lay a hand on a woman, you lay a finger on a woman, you deserve to be incarcerated, you deserve to never be able to fight again and banged up for life. That's my views on it. I've got 4 sisters, I've got a little daughter myself, anyone put my hands on them, they're dead men. I ain't sharing a room with him, scumbag. You know, putting your hands on a woman. Not once, I think it's his 20th arrest. I don't condone it at all. Let alone a normal man, but when you're a trained fighter as well, yeah, it's embarrassing and it don't shed a good light on fighters, man.
And this case isn't really looking good for Gervonta Davis compared to the rest. A lawyer done a breakdown actually receiving the paperwork, but we got more details. And obviously when you constantly put your hands or associated to putting your hands on women, it is going to have a damning effect on your career.
We have the police report right here in black and white. Let's get into it. Gervonta Davis was arrested by the Miami Police Department. The accusation? DV and some other charges. Now, what is the accuser claiming? According to the police report, she has known Mr. Davis for the past 4 years, since 2022. And she works at this location, Tootsie's. Now, when she's working at Tootsie's, she says that she's in the VIP room. And she actually cut things off with Tank just 5 months prior. No contact, blocked him from everything, so she was trying to avoid him. And she's in the VIP room, and the next thing you know, he just grabs her by the hair, grabs her by the throat, and takes her out of the VIP room. Now, none of the patrons say anything, none of the bouncers say anything, and they takes her down these stairs into the VIP parking garage. And he tells her, according to the report, "You think I wouldn't find you?"
Most of the time with domestic violence, the police are relying on some sort of injuries. There's very rare that people that commit domestic violence do it out in public. Gervonta Davis obviously dragged that woman. He said he was just being aggressive. And this situation is kind of messed up for him now because he's out in public and there is clear CCTV and numerous images. Rarely do you see a CCTV. Domestic violence can be committed at a property where you're not going to have cameras inside. And it's just the injuries the police rely on. But there is clear CCTV and pictures of this, and she is suing Gervonta Davis into the ground.
And that she struggles with him, and that she's able to get away, and she runs over to some coworkers. And that this all occurs at about 4:15 a.m. on October 27th of 2025. Now, she doesn't call the police. Nobody from the club contacts the police. But 2 days later, she goes to the police station to make a report. And she's not alone. She brings somebody with her. A lawyer, Jeff Chukwuma. He's also on TikTok. They make the report and the police do a little bit of investigation. Now we got some problems for Tank, okay? Because according to the report, the officer claims that he went over to Tootsie's and said, "Can I see the video?" And they're like, "Yeah, we will let you see the video, but you got to give us a subpoena." So they send over a subpoena. The officer receives the video, the surveillance from the club, and according to him, he says it corroborates what the complaining witness said. That's a problem. If there is video and it shows that he did this, then Tank Davis has a real big problem. According to the officer, he also spoke with some people there, and those people also corroborated what the accuser says. Now, I don't have the video, I don't have those witness statements, so it's hard for me to dissect that and look at it. If it is on video, that's probably the best evidence there ever is in a criminal case. And if that's the case, then Tank Davis has a serious problem.
Gervonta Davis has said he saw things no child should see. Now he's blessed as a champion, but money can't change your mental health, and he has deep-rooted issues that he needs to fix. Many people are going to support him regardless. Many boxers have been accused of domestic violence. It just brushes over as one of them things, regardless of what people think of it. There's only so much time you could just keep stalling your career and come back and compete at the highest level. People have moms, people have sisters, people have girlfriends. He's going to lose a lot of fans if he continues to treat women like this. And even if he is 100% innocent and it's not as bad as it looks somehow, he just keeps attaching himself to messy women and messy situations. And it's not what a world champion does if he wants to compete at the top level for a long time.